Okay, so back for another round of viewer reacts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Well, it's
Giving the people what they want.
yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Some days.
Yeah.
Depending if we feel like it. Anyways, so this round we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 bigger projects with multiple photos and some other cool stuff that I think you will enjoy.
Cool.
All right, so round number 1, we've got a whole apprentice sleeve, I would assume.
A giant mess of stuff
Oh, yeah.
with other stuff over top of it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So this
Blast overs
person,
and everything.
I believe, if this is the right person, sent this sleeve in saying they got a bad tattoo, then they tried to cover it themselves or something, and then they just ended up making it worse, and they're looking for suggestions. I mean, it's pretty clear to me what should be done here.
Yeah, we got one good suggestion for you.
It starts with a 27 mag.
Yes, it does. Or 112 mag.
Yeah, or 112 mag
Yeah.
if you're feeling spicy.
If you're feeling sassy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Blackout for sure. I don't know what else could be done here. And you're asking me too, right? Like if you send this to me, Remy reacts.
Yeah. What do you think? Well,
I'm gonna ask the full body Blackout guy if this is savable.
what are you leaning towards, guy? That's covered in black. Well, I mean, you could certainly do that. So,
how about line style floral?
Maybe just some delicate 3-liner floral.
I see,
you know,
nice pink lilacs or something.
Oh yeah, real soft watercolor.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Just a small watercolor lily would be lovely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think Blackout's a solid choice, to be honest with you. The
No
only
pun
other thing you
intended,
could do would be like really heavy color and like by someone who really knows what they're doing.
So this thing walks in the door today.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, Rick, this is yours. First off, he curses at me.
Yeah, he would be very mad.
Then what does he do about it?
He would black it out.
He's got nothing else?
Well, no. What he could do would be like full color dark horror stuff is what he would say. He would say, let's do a zombie horror sleeve, and you're going to have the craziest.
He would say that anyway.
Yes, he would be. It would be like, hey, I need my first tattoo. I'd like some script. All right, zombie horror sleeve.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a zombie horror sleeve would work on this. If you did it like full color and badass from someone who's really dope, it would work.
You think a little bit of laser first?
If you could. I know laser's expensive and painful and all that jazz, but if you could, yeah, it'd help a lot.
Okay, so there's our official suggestion. You either do Blackout or a full color zombie
horror sleeve. Yeah. Buy someone badass. That's the other thing. Don't do either of those unless it's someone that actually can deliver that.
Yeah.
Because
don't do any more to yourself to try and cover this. You've done enough harm.
Please.
Yeah,
yes.
And whoever the guy that was first put this on you, don't go see him either.
Yeah. Or become a tattooer, become a badass,
then do it
yourself. Yeah. All right. Next up, we'll steer away from the sleeves for a minute. We got this torso.
Yeah, I like that they incorporated the old skull a lot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, this is. But what I would say is go in and freshen that up.
Yeah, agreed.
Pretty easy to do.
Yep.
Just redo the blacks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, they've used up the torso. I don't really think you can add much to this. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you do? Like, what would you do on the sides now? Would you do like some fire or like I could see some
try
line
and put
style
it into
fire.
one piece. I mean, it's a little bit tough. Like you could do some border work.
Yeah.
Like if you want to keep it within this realm, there's some like spooky border work that you can make kind of designs out of. You could do snakes. There's some things.
Yeah, I could see snakes, something lengthwise for sure.
Yeah.
See, my thing with these giant pieces like this is I love them, right? But anyone who's going to get so much like that on them, I always feel like they're going to get more. Mm-hmm. Like this is the kind of person who's going to get a lot more done. Mm-hmm. And when you have such a self-contained large image like this, it's always just like, okay, now what do we got? Mm-hmm. Like, and the chest has been cut into quite aggressively. Mm-hmm. So, like, you can't really do a proper chest piece necessarily now.
No.
It's got to work with that thing.
Yeah, it's got to be within that.
I think the chest is one of the best spots to put a really cool image.
Agreed.
Like a really, like, powerful piece.
Something with wings. We've talked about this.
Yeah, something with wings. Yeah. Yeah, wings work really good for the chest.
Wings are great.
But, like, now we have this, and now you're just going to have to put 2 things alongside the chest. So while I like this piece on its own, I feel like this guy will get more work, and then he's going to get into a bit of a squirrely problem of trying to figure out how to help this thing out.
Yeah.
And, like, the other thing is like you could do damage to this piece too.
Oh yeah, you could take away from it for
Right.
sure.
So like if you don't put the right stuff in there, you're just gonna make a big mess.
Do you think this was originally sized for another area and then put on the torso?
I feel like this looks like the back of a thigh and then blown up a bit.
Yeah, that's exactly
just
what I was thinking.
the shape
Top
of
the
it.
thigh or a
Calf, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking like this is someone's design and then they just blew the fuck up out of it.
Yeah,
which
it
is
looks
fine.
like a calf or thigh piece.
Yeah,
to
but
me
like
right away.
Personally, I would have taken out the border.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have stopped it right there. I would have just done this face because that gives you so much more
the border
room.
is what hurts the flow.
Yeah,
right.
And it cuts off so much of the chest at that point too.
But that being said, I mean the actual tattoo itself is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I really like the tongue. I like all the dots. Right, the black is really good.
Oh yeah.
The proper use of negative space everywhere.
Yep.
Just a little color.
Yeah, I think it's dope, man.
Lots of great.
Yeah, great choices.
Just hard to work with now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next step's gonna be tough. Next up, some soft black and gray.
Soft black and gray, which I feel like is being done a disservice with some bad lighting.
Yes.
Honestly,
The photo is pretty rough.
yeah, it's hard to see. Like I know this is done well, but it almost at first glance looks like a piece of shit.
I know.
Like when you first come across it, you're like,
When you're like, huh, gray.
oh, gray, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Oh no, this is really nice.
no, there's black in there, and there's lots of negative space, and like they're breaking it all up really cool with the like the what are the wind bars?
Yeah. Well, smoke in this one, and you
Smoke.
got because I think the smoke wind thing is to kind of tie together.
Whatever the hell those things are called.
Yeah.
I can never remember, but yeah, no, there's a lot of cool tricks here, and I like this. This should definitely become a whole sleeve.
Oh, absolutely.
This is just I think right now just a half sleeve, but it is too soft for me. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty soft.
I would want more black in there.
Yeah, you would want a higher contrast. For
Maybe
sure.
maybe I'd make all that gray shading just with black.
Yeah.
I think that would be just more striking.
Yeah.
But overall, it's pretty cool. Just not the best picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but other than that, it's a dope ass piece.
Yeah.
I wish I could have a clearer photo of it. To be honest with you. All right, next up, Eagle Pizza thing.
So is this on a leg or an arm?
I think leg.
Yeah, it
I think
looks
it's
like
a
a leg,
calf.
but it looks almost like a shirt, the end of a shirt there. But
Oh, that could be too, or that's denim.
either way, this thing belongs on a leg.
Yes.
This is a leggy tattoo.
This could be a tricep, back of the tricep.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely something you should put on your leg, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is certainly leggy. I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It must be a reference to something I'm not quite getting, though.
The state of the healthcare system in America.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
bang on.
I got it. I'm on it, buddy.
Red, white, and blue, right?
Yeah.
And you got an eagle, and he's eating all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hey, man. If it's not, it is now.
Yeah, like if someone else knows better what this is, please let us know. But
Yeah.
so far, this is my favorite of the day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of personality.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then last but not least, so this is another big project they would like our opinion on. So you know more.
So yes, another sleeve. This is like a blackout sleeve with some negative space. I don't know what to call it necessarily. They were wanting us to let them know if we thought this black worker was doing a good job or if they should see someone else.
Okay, so let's just peruse through a little bit here just so we get... Now, there is some scarring.
Yeah.
And some scarification.
Yeah. I'm assuming there were some self-harm scars here.
Yeah, they were getting covered up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's your thoughts?
So some of the, considering the shape of this arm, it's amazing that they got any ink in the fingers to stay.
Yeah.
Right. That's the most immediate thing that I think is like, if you can't cover the arm, you can get ink in the fingers.
Yeah. That's wild.
So is it just that they're not in the right depth of skin the whole time, or what the hell is going on here?
Well, this is the curiosity, because I can't quite tell if what's under there was damaged enough that it's making it too hard to put in ink.
Yeah.
This inner forearm bit is pretty rough in terms of what's going on. Like, you've got a lot of...
And this
what I would
looks like
consider
it's
to be
still
issues.
healing.
Yes.
Right? Like, this is not settled either. Let's be real here.
But the hand portion is approached very well.
Yeah. Good idea used on the hand. They're avoiding some problematic spots.
Yeah.
Some of the problematic spots. Some of them may hit, but...
They've done some dotting towards the fingertips, which is, again, very clever.
But not, like, they didn't do enough of it.
No. And it doesn't go far enough into the rest of it, right? Like they just did some dots at the end of the fingertips. And like you almost need that texture all the way up through the hand.
Almost feels like the tattooer was like trying to learn on the fly here.
I think so.
Like
you probably saw some stuff that like Hood or any of those guys did and was like, oh yeah, I'll do that here.
Put a little bit of that in there. Well, one of the things that we learned, like, Lee did my fingers on this hand 3 times before we called it. I may go back into it with Panthera one time and see what we can do.
See what happens.
What we learned a little something every time.
Yeah.
And so his approach to it changed every time we did it. Because the first time that we did it, before we even got to the finger, like the top of the fingers, they were already swollen. Because he did like from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So the second time he started from the tips down. And then the third time he used a smaller mag. Because like the 27 was just too brutal.
Yeah.
It was just like the fingers were over swollen before he would even get to spots.
Yeah,
so
it hits hard, man.
Once it's all swollen like that, it's really hard to saturate.
Yeah.
So it's like that last stretch, and it doesn't take long, right? Fingers are quick, but man, is it brutal.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The last stretch, you're not getting return for a lot of your work.
No.
And so it ends up being to a point where you know it isn't saturated, but you can't do any more.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're looking at a tattoo you know isn't done, and you're like, I'm going to have to walk.
Yeah, I mean, really. But I mean, like, this is also where, like, I don't know, I kind of am of the mindset that, like, don't do all that in one go. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's frustrating to not be able to, like, because it's a small area. It seems like it should be doable.
Yeah.
But I think just with the way that the hand works, you have to treat it, like, way different.
It's like a hyper race against the clock.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, whatever inflammation you're going to get anywhere else, this is times 100.
Yeah, and then your hand is, it's swollen for days.
Yeah.
Like, people don't get it. You
No.
see these, like, it's life-changing.
These claws, puffy claws.
That's why, like I said before we called it, because, like, there's only so many times you want to do that with a span. Like, when I started doing my fingers, it was like I had a real endurance for it and a real stamina for it.
Mm-hmm.
But by that third time, it was like, I need a long break from this.
Yeah.
And then we did the second hand, but we only did 2 passes on these fingers, and you could tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of thing that you get your return out of if you're willing to go for it.
Yeah.
Like, if this person's willing to do this over and over and over again, they will get more out of it every time.
Yeah.
That being said, the stuff on the arm is concerning. Like, it doesn't look quite like the person knows where they're at in the skin.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Like,
Yeah.
it just looks like there's too much patchiness all over the arm.
Yeah.
In places that aren't as hard to saturate.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's something that this person can fix, or if you want to go somewhere else. What would you think?
I mean, I would, again, I think Blackout is no joke, in my opinion. Just in terms of skill level to do it right, I just think it's no joke. So for me, I would always say, like, you got to find someone that can consistently deliver something like that, in my opinion. Like, if it's the first time that this person's doing this, you're going to get first time results.
Yeah.
But if you got someone that is well versed in putting ink into skin efficiently and accurately and healing correctly across a big breadth of work, then you're going to get a more consistent result. You just are. So me personally, I would say from the looks of the forearm portion, the inner forearm portion, and the way that the tree has been done,
Yeah.
I would say that there's just the needle is riding in and out of depth too much. And,
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And I just don't know if that person is skilled enough to know exactly.
So here's the problem. Like, because I don't want to just say that and walk away. Like, go find a master. Fuck off.
I know.
Like, a lot of people don't want to advertise that they do black work. The people who do end up doing nothing but that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, you see there's a cut line with tattoo artists on Instagram where they're either showing nothing but or none of it.
Yeah.
And you know that some of the guys that can do it aren't posting it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's like a great example is Rick. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what he wants to do.
No.
He can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not what he wants to do. So why would he push out more of it?
And then all of a sudden he's got everyone who needs a blackout coming
He's got
up.
to turn it away.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those, like... But, again, he's the dude who puts ink in skin well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so what would you recommend? Because I know what I would recommend, but what would you recommend for someone who goes, I need someone to do a blackout, but no one in my area advertises it. Who should they go to?
Someone that has phenomenal color saturation.
Yeah.
someone that is like deadly with color. That would be who I would ask.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that like their stuff is bulletproof color.
If they're doing like
And not
solid,
that like brushy color.
solid neotrad stuff.
Solid neotrad, but I mean like color realism usually more their ability to understand different colors. Because like sometimes when you get into like, oh, I work with this 6 different colors and I do them all the time. It's like, yeah, you know those, but the guy that I would be more leaning towards would be have a more diverse palette of working with different types of inks and different types of skin and someone that's done it for a long time.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I just wouldn't mess around. I'd pay top dollar for it.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say probably someone who's put up some like really well heeled like old school tribal too.
Sure, yeah,
like solid black,
solid black, just
right?
Impressively nice.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
just
Maori
really
stuff,
clean.
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
you do still see people do that stuff.
Oh yeah, and
So-
when it's done well, it's amazing.
Yeah,
So that's what I would recommend. Hopefully that helps.
yeah. Hopefully.
All right, till next time.